If there's anything we know about you Edmunds viewers, it's that you can't get enough SUVs. Y'all are some outdoorsy, adventuresome, active style people. Or at least you like to daydream as you load up at Costco. Anyway, good news, there are a ton of new SUVs and crossovers hitting the market in 2023 and 2024, powered by both gas and electricity. Today, I'm going to highlight 10 of the most exciting, whether you want to haul your family, haul boats, or hey, haul ass. Before I get into that, head over to Edmunds.com for all your car shopping needs, and we'll also give you a cash offer if you're thinking of selling your car. Here's a family-sized SUV with a familiar name from Chevrolet, the Equinox EV. That's right, the Equinox is going electric. It'll be out in the fall of 2023 and is powered by similar next-gen batteries from the Hummer EV. So it's a big deal. You can order an Equinox EV with a standard battery size and front-wheel drive, or a larger extended range battery in the same thing, or all-wheel drive. I like that you've got options and that the Equinox EV offers more space inside than the compact Bolt EUV. I also like the snazzy interior and available 17-inch touchscreen. Oh, and the exterior styling too. Yeah, I like that. This is just a neat looking EV. Can't wait to drive it. Okay, so you're not ready to commit to the all-electric lifestyle yet. Don't worry, I got you. Dodge's big news for 2023 is the return of the Hornet. This time out, the name is stuck on the back of what else? A compact crossover. Dodge says the Hornet will start under 30 grand and be the quickest SUV for the money. Even the base GT gets a powerful 4-cylinder turbo, and if you're willing to consider some level of electrification, there's a plug-in hybrid that gets all-wheel drive and over 30 miles of electric range. Oh, and this model shares lots of DNA with the Alfa Romeo Tonale, so it might even handle. Here's a name you probably didn't expect to find on a list of SUVs: Ferrari. This is the new Purosangue. Basically, that means big dollars, okay? And the name means pure blood, which seems kind of ironic. Anyway, this is the legendary Italian sports car maker's first SUV, and it actually looks pretty sexy. This four-door crossover doesn't look like it's much for the rough stuff, but it should be quite an experience on the road. It's powered by a screaming V12 engine with over 700 horsepower and should hit 60 in just over 3 seconds. Now, if you're wondering why Ferrari needs this model, you only have to look at Lamborghini's hot-selling Urus to know that there's a market for mega buck SUVs. This one is expected to cost about $400,000, the price of a nice house back where I'm from. But those houses don't have operatic V12s or rear hinge power back doors, do they? So there's that. And now our man Brian Wong has something for us regular folks.
This is the redesigned 2023 Honda Pilot, and Honda has given its 3-row midsize SUV extensive updates, starting with a brand new exterior look that's more rugged and a new trail sport trim that actually adds a bunch of off-road capability to the Pilot. Under the hood, a brand new 3.5-liter V6 made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. That's an upgrade over last year's 9-speed. We move inside. Other big updates including a 3rd row that can now fit adults and a very flexible 2nd row. On Elite and Touring trim levels, there's actually a removable 2nd row center seat that you could store in the cargo area, and that allows you to switch between 7 and 8 passenger seating capacity depending on what you need. Up front in the cabin, there is a 9-inch touchscreen with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity. This is a bit smaller than the large touchscreens you'll find in competitors, so a bit of space there for Honda to do more upgrades on this Pilot.
While we're on Honda, let's talk Prologue. This sharp looker is their first electric SUV, and it's due in 2024 with a little help from General Motors. EVs are really expensive to make, so it's nice to have friends to split the bill with. Honda is borrowing GM's battery tech, and in fact, this Prologue is going to be built at the General's factory. No lie. We don't have lots of specifics yet, but we know it's about the size of Honda's current Passport. We also expect it'll be priced similarly, starting around 40 grand. Jeep is getting ready to bring its take on pure electric fun to the great outdoors soon with this Recon EV. This mid-size SUV should be about the size of today's Grand Cherokee when it arrives in 2024. Jeep promises it'll have real off-road chops too, complete with knobby tires, underbody protection, and sophisticated traction management tech. Plus, it'll be available with a power top as well as removable doors and glass, just like a Wrangler. Recon will be the first of 2 Jeep EVs, the other one being codenamed Wagoneer S. The plan is for 50% of Jeep sales to be EVs by 2030. If Volvo's upscale Polestar division somehow isn't on your radar yet, well, you might want to sit up and pay attention because this new Polestar 3 electric SUV looks hot. And since it starts at about $85,000, it probably should. The 3 comes standard with 2 motors and all-wheel drive. Available with over 500 horsepower, it should really move too. Plus, Polestar is promising 300 miles of range. And since it's part of the greater Volvo family, we're also expecting top safety tech and a high-quality Swedish minimalist interior with generous room for 5. No list of outdoorsy vehicles could be complete without a Subaru. This is the 2024 Crosstrek, the 3rd generation compact SUV. Yes, it's just an Impreza hatchback on stilts, but seriously, these things have always been shockingly capable off-road. This next-gen Crosstrek won't stray too far from today's design, but it does feature a slightly tougher look along with improved driver assistance tech and a bigger touchscreen. No word yet on powertrain specs, let alone if a plug-in hybrid model will return. Even so, we expect pricing to start in the same ballpark, around 25 grand or so. Look for deliveries sometime in 2023. All right, I'm guessing you might not have heard of Vinfast, which is coming to America in 2023 with its 2-row VF8 SUV and this 3-row VF9. It's tempting to think that Vietnam's Vinfast as a startup, but it already sells tons of cars in Vietnam, along with electric scooters, buses, and all kinds of stuff. Vinfast's parent company, Vingroup, owns everything from hotels and amusement parks to hospitals, cybersecurity, and AI companies, even a university. In other words, they've got pretty deep pockets, enough to not end up as vaporware. Now, as for this VF9 SUV, it's targeting up to around 350 miles of range and will be available with over 400 horsepower. Acceleration to 60 is estimated at just over 6 seconds. Pretty solid stuff. They're promising cutting-edge infotainment, including games and e-commerce apps. And importantly, for an unknown company, the VF9 comes with a 10-year, 125,000-mile warranty. That might be the best one out there. The handsome SUV starts at around $58,000, but there's a catch. Batteries are not included. No, I'm serious. They're not included. Vinfast is pioneering a battery subscription program to keep costs down and to curb buyer fears of expensive replacement batteries down the road. A subscription runs a couple $100 a month, or you can buy a VF9 with a battery, but it's gonna cost you upwards of 76 grand. Ouch, that ain't exactly a fire sale. Now, if you want something cheaper, smaller VF6 and 7 models are promised for sometime in 2024. Finally, let's talk 2024 Volvo EX90. No, I didn't say XC90, though the 2 models are about the same size. This is Volvo's brand new top-shelf electric flagship. It takes Volvo's Scandinavian aesthetic to the next level. It's super sleek, especially for a 3-row SUV, but it still has a sense of humor. The headlights wink. They wink, y'all. I love it. The EX90 gets a 2-motor all-wheel drive powertrain, good for nearly 500 horses. The battery pack is big, enabling up to 300 miles between charge-ups. Inside, there's next-gen infotainment with a bigger 14-inch screen. Unfortunately, that famous Swedish minimalist vibe also means there's almost no buttons or dials for things like climate or audio controls, which is going to be annoying. This is a Volvo, so it shouldn't be surprising that the EX90's got next-level safety gear and driving assist. See that pod on the roof? That's LiDAR, laser radar, just like what Google's self-driving bubble cars use. Pricing for this South Carolina-built SUV should come in under $80K for starters when it arrives in early 2024. You're still here? Thanks for sticking with your girl. I think you've earned a cookie, but you know, I didn't bake any. So instead, here's a special bonus SUV. This smooth operator is the all-electric Fisker Ocean. Yep, it's another new company. Look, I get why you're skeptical about startups, but you should pay attention to this one because production has already started and it's being built by Magna, a huge trusted industry supplier. Plus, it looks really sharp. The Ocean is loaded with sustainable materials. There's an available range-extending solar roof and plans for various powertrains that go from mild to wild. Deliveries are starting with the fully loaded Ocean 1, which costs around $70K. Fisker claims 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds and up to 350 miles of range for that one. Fortunately, much cheaper Oceans are promised, including one under 40 grand. I might look at that one. Okay, that's it, I promise you. You're up to speed on the key sport utility hotness set to hit America's roads and trails in 2023 and 2024. If any of these pique your interest, be sure to check out Edmunds.com for even more info. Now go wash your car. It's filthy.